That's it. Now we got it going. Hey, Zoo Custom. Maniac Grammy. Still awake. It's only 8:30. Hi, Drunken One. Zoo Customs, I'm doing fine. Evening. Good evening, Drunken One. Ben Sawmill. Good evening. Well, thank you, Maniac. Still got a little snow out there. The traffic's kind of trampled it down. The Barnyard Chicken. How are you? Yeah, I'm on, Maniac. Well, Ben Sawmill, since you asked, you know, if I had never been able to monetize, that would have been one thing. But it's just like at the carnival, they got that brass ring up there where you can't even reach it. Well, thank you, Barnyard. I see that my watch time is up a little, and it's just like the little train. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Yeah, Zoo Customs, we're all in the same boat. And right now, I have done so much subbing to people, I can't sub no more today. It won't let me sub anymore today. So hopefully tomorrow, I've already met my quota. I don't know if it's 200 a day or whatever, but I've already spent it. Well, you know, everybody says, well, it's not the money, and it's not. It's it's not the point of trying to make money, but if you're kind of making videos, it gives you something to work toward, and there's no money in this. No, it's just a hobby. But when you worked and worked and worked and finally get to where you're monetized, and then all of a sudden now you're not going to be because somebody else made some bad videos. The kids was playing on it or something. I guess what they said. I know, Drunk One, everybody on this chat right now, every one of you are supporting me that you're on here listening to me. One thing about it, YouTube has made a lot of people make videos about their how can I say it, their attitude, whatever. Hi, B lady. If YouTube starts charging, well, yeah, we're not making anything, and then if we got to pay to get on here, that will be the end of it. Hello, Brandon Toe. There's Sam. I took a little nap this afternoon, and hello, Coping. And by the time I got in here, I seen that I missed Rick's live stream this afternoon. I'll have to catch him in the morning. Drunken One's been making beer, and he's got a kegger. Cool. Sam, I haven't seen you on here for a while. Did you ever get your laptop fixed after you dumped the water in it? B lady, lunch was great. I had spaghetti bake, and then around 5, I went to Captain D's and had fish. And I feel fuller than a tick. Oh, I'm doing okay, Kathy. I I come in here and do the computer. I'm not I'm not totally lonesome, but I'd be glad to see her come back. Yeah, I appreciate it, Sparky. Okay, battery power. Yeah, I put new traps down, Kathy, and they're as clean as can be. So evidently I've knocked them for a loop. I had camel crickets in the basement when I first bought this house. I never thought too much about it. And then they started coming upstairs. So I got online, got on YouTube. There you go. And they talked about these traps. And I only used two of them, and they were full. Of course, Pam, she says, "When are you going to pick them up?" Well, when I don't see no more coming about, then I'll pick them up and put some new ones down. And I think it worked. Oh my heavens, drunken one. You talk about snails. when when I lived out home, we had snails in our pond, and I gathered up a couple of them and put them in our fish aquarium. Oh my heavens. They hit that warm water and wow. They multiplied like crazy. Okay, Kathy. Escargot. Yeah, but I don't think they would have been worth eating. So, drunken one, what happened with the snails? Barrel Boy Woods. Howdy. Okay. I'm doing good, Barrel Boy. Duct tape would have probably worked. AC guy. Freaky Greek. Hello. Now, I don't know how everybody does it in other chat rooms, but with this thing going on with YouTube, if anybody can sub anybody, please do, because everybody needs help. They have raised the threshold way, way too much. Just like Drunken One said, there's Zoo Customs 250. Man, that's going to take forever. Yeah, I need help too. Yes, I do. I was born this way, so deal with it. Well, can you see my signs back there? Freaky Greek, go talk to the Wizard of Oz. Living and learning. Good afternoon or good evening. Um, would would anyone want to come up on the panel and talk with me? Jungle One, I know you've been on my panel before because you got a blue ranch. Sam, are you still in here? Yeah, that's kind of way it works. You got more watchers than likes. That'll be the next thing. YouTube, they'll say you'll have to have 18,000 likes in a month's time, or they'll take your monetization away. Okay. Okay, Sparky, I know this ain't the right way to do it. So I'm just going to post the link. If anybody else wants to come in here, grab that link. As soon as Sparky comes in, I'm going to delete it though. So if anybody wants to come in, go for it. No kidding.
Take that shit off there, Kim. Damn it.
Did
Take
what?
that shit off there. You're going to have all the ghosts and goblins coming after you. Son of a bitch.
That's all right.
Come on, Sam. Don't be a wiener all your
No
life.
kidding.
Bring your butt up here.
Take that shit off there, Kim.
Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. My
Did
bad.
what?
Okay, I fixed it. Like I've never done that before. How the heck are you, Mr. Kim?
I am doing fine.
Excellent. I am so glad to hear it. Let me get out of my cold hat and get in a little warmer hat. I was outside today. I was, my dad had some guys up there pouring not so much a driveway, but like a parking area. And I don't know, it was about like 60 foot by maybe 20 foot. So yeah, I was watching these guys doing some concrete work today. I took them up some beef jerky and some homebrewed beer, and they were digging it. Of course, they were drinking by themselves. They had a 18 pack of some Busch Bud Light that they were drinking. So they're already drinking. I didn't corrupt them. I just helped out.
You helped him.
So how are you, Mr. Kim?
I'm doing
seen
fine.
you in a while. Whatever happened to the chat rooms that we used to do with Pick a Rick and so on? It was like every evening that they were doing that. Am I out of the loop, or what happened?
Well, Sam just said he doesn't do chats very much anymore. Country Girl's been sick. Rick just had one this evening and I missed it.
Oh, okay. I guess I did too.
Rick's usually on anywhere from 7:30 to 8 in the morning.
Oh, okay. He does the morning show then. Yeah. I need to make
He,
sure I'm still subbed, I guess. I don't know. Whatever happened to the Sprinkle Bunch?
well, that I really don't know.
I mean, because it was like every morning I could sit on the pooper and look at my phone and Sprinkle was already up and hell you were there and Rick was there already, all y'all yawning and drinking coffee and what y'all just fell apart? What happened?
I don't know. Not exactly.
Right.
It's
Okay.
Bobby deleted his channel and then he started again.
Okay, well, yeah, what happened there? It was like they were doing good, and him and the wife both, they started fresh again. What was that about?
I don't know. I don't know why he did that.
Okay,
Now
I
he's
see in the
got
chat.
a long ways to go.
I see Brando Toe is in the comments. He says, was that link for anyone?
Yeah, Brandon told, do you want to come up? I'll put it back.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't leave. I mean, it's your show, but yeah, don't leave it up there for long. I hate to see the ghosts and goblins get you.
I don't.
All right.
Okay, Brandon Toad, tell me if you want to come up, I'll put it back up.
Take care, Sam.
Okay, be good, Sam.
He needs to go get some Desitin for his little pasty bottom.
Okay, you didn't know. Well, you're welcome, Brandon Toe, if you want to.
Yeah, right. Who wants up? I want to talk to the Battery Powered House. Actually, I've just seen that name come upon across my screen a few times, and that sounds right up my alley because I do a little solar myself, and so I need to get to that channel and give it a look. I really, honestly, I've seen the name come across, and I think I've subbed. Let me make sure, but I have interest in that, and that sounds awesome. Even if it's not a bunch of solar that you have, you want at least a little bit. That way you can at least keep your refrigerator cold. I'm subbed. All right, so at least you can keep your refrigerator cold and maybe some common lights throughout your house to be able to keep some kind of normality if the power goes out. So
Okay.
That was what we. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Brandon Toe, I put the link up here. If you want to come up, grab it because I won't leave it very long.
Yeah, hurry up. Everybody grab that. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, let me pre-warn you because I see it's getting about that time. At 9:02, my computer is going to want to shut down, and so I'm going to have to leave the stream, but I'll be back. So I will, it does that, and I don't know why. I need to talk to my computer nerd buddy and figure out what's going on there, but at 9:02, my computer wants to restart every night, and I'm not sure why that is. I need to get that sorted. Has solar lights for the driveway. Sure. Yeah, and that always helps. And those are cool because you don't have to worry about turning them on or off. They work. There's nothing. Solar is awesome. Solar is cool. I don't have a huge setup, but my for example, and very true. I swear to God, everything that is in my reach right now is all solar powered. Hey there.
Okay.
Everything in my reach is solar power. The monitor, the laptop, my soundboard, just everything around me. The lighting here is all solar powered.
Cool.
It all comes from DC batteries. Some big old golf cart batteries. My coffee maker is solar powered. Like I said, some general lighting. All right, enough about me. How do, sir? Nice to meet you.
Hey, how's it going?
Excellent.
Brando, I've seen you in chat on Rick's before, I think.
Yeah, I've been on there before. I mean, not in video form, but in the chat room part or the chat part.
Well, good deal. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, it's no problem. I wasn't sure if that.
So are you
Oh,
going
sorry, I didn't
to
mean to
be
interrupt.
affected with the YouTube bash?
Aren't we all?
I don't know if I'm going to be affected or not, but I haven't heard all the little stipulations and little things they're trying to impose or put into play.
Chances are you are. How many subs do you have?
I know I have under 1,000.
Okay, so that's your first. Yeah. That's one of the what you're supposed to have. How many How many hours of watch time do you have?
I haven't looked, but
You don't have
I
just a bunch. Chances are you're under. You know, I mean, I don't. I hadn't been to your channel so much, but unless you just have a bunch, I hate to be disappointing, but you probably don't have enough. You know?
well, I mean, in regards to monetized, I haven't really actually had my channel put through monetization right now. So,
Yes,
I mean, I
sir.
thought about it, but I mean, I just wasn't sure if it was fully worth it to do it at the present time, you know?
Oh, after looking at your channel, you're the pepper guy. I subbed to you just like last couple of days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look at your channelytics stuff. It says that you have, oh yeah, you're short on subs for sure. 476 subs, and you have 261 videos, and your views are 62,000 views. But how does it do the watch time in minutes? I might not be able to do that for somebody else. I know how to do it for myself, but yeah.
You might not be able to have that option to see that through it being you viewing somebody else's channel, probably.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing now. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing now. What I can say is that on January 1st, you got five new subscribers, and your views were your most viewed stuff was back on December 26th, where you had 117. These are this is I don't have anything that y'all can't get. This is TubeBuddy. Research it and look it up, and you'll see that there's that you can get a lot of analytics to not only your own but others.
Okay.
On that December 26th, you put up a video, and that's probably what scored you all those hits. That's cool. Yeah. I sent you like the last couple of days.
I haven't I haven't uploaded too many videos in just recently, but that was I think my most recent one.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Right. I mean, believe me, it's affecting a lot of people. I mean, I've got just over 1,000 subs myself, but no matter if you have 1,000 or 4,000, if you don't have that other 4,000 hours of, that's a bunch. Golly, just to say it's a bunch. 4,000 hours of viewing for the year, you're still not applicable for. You can't get it, you know. And I'm not there, you know. And the thing is, everybody's stressing it a lot. But even if you were there, even if you did have the requirements to it, you're still not getting paid squat, you know. So if you're in this to make money. If you're in this to make money, you're in the wrong business. You know?
yeah, I've noticed it with the YouTube thing that if somebody really wants to make some big money or even close to some kind of money, they have to have like, you know, in that millions of subscribers range and, you know, the whole mess of views and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean,
Well,
so
what I'm seeing through the last few days, and this has all been brought to my attention, is that if you're doing this for money, it's not going to be YouTube that makes you money. It's going to be like you're selling your own merchandise, or you're sponsoring. You know, somebody else has sponsored you or something. I'm not any of those. But I don't know how that all works. I don't have any of that myself. I'm a broke guy. I only did it for fun. But you know, as I was slowly seeing my little money getting bigger, I'm up to like $44 after 3 years, you know, 2-3 years or whatever it is, you know. Not very impressive, but yeah, YouTube's not going to be what makes you money. But yeah, I guess you need to sell like t-shirts and hats and coffee mugs and shit.
Yeah,
or be
that's what I've
sponsored.
that's what I've noticed that is a lot of some YouTubers or even bigger name YouTubers will, have their own merchandise, or they'll have,
Hmm.
uh, some other. I don't want to start saying like I'm labeling out company names or anything, but they'll even have, tip jars or anything else like that. So
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that super chat thing after you get to 1,000, or right. What is it? Again, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't make any money off of this. What is it? Patreon or whatever? Right.
yeah, that's one. But there's also other ways, people just say send something to their little account somewhere, and they'll provide a link or whatever it is. And I mean, that does help if, in regards to maybe like channel maintenance or any things that you may use to help with the channel and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. For example, I watch some people who do like beer reviews. I'm not that guy either, but these people who do beer reviews. So what it would take to run their channel, obviously, would be more beer. So,
Oh, okay.
so,
There you go.
so I guess to sponsor a beer reviewing channel, you would expect that money to go to more products to be able to review. I'm not a beer reviewer. I'm a home brewer, and I get on here and talk crap and have a good time. My stuff is cheap, different
Yeah.
than fancy beers. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to take
Yeah.
over your show, Mr. Kim.
You're
Oh
not.
yeah, sorry about that, Kim. Sorry about
All
that.
right, yeah, no, we're just
You're
chatting
fine.
it up.
Just go ahead and talk. That's
That's what we're
great.
here for. All right, that's what we're here for. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So I mean, on my channels, I mostly keep it about gardening and stuff like that. For the most
Okay,
part.
sure.
And I mean, I also do. If anybody's checked it out, I've do quite a few pepper reviews. Some people send me peppers from all over the country, and even some from Puerto Rico and that. But it just
All
really
right.
depends. So
Yeah,
I mean, I like to keep it about gardening for the most part. So
awesome. Yeah. We had too much water here. We had a pretty big storm, and you wouldn't think that too much water would be a bad thing for your garden, but I'll be darned if it wasn't the demise of a lot of my pepper plants was a lot of rain. It didn't like flood like underwater, but the ground was so saturated that it killed off my plants, man. It just killed off my plants, and
yeah,
so
I can
and
relate to that. I mean, no, I didn't mean to step on what you're saying. Sorry.
wait, no, you're right.
But I can, like as I was saying, I can relate to that with the water thing or the rain.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where it rained so much for days on end, and then there'd be some parts of the garden where it'd just be the plants would be in standing still water for like a day or two. Right? I mean, it'd be like, so far the stalk would be about an inch or so deep in water.
Yeah.
Some of them, most of them, for the most part, didn't really get too affected by it. But
Yeah, they
I
don't
got lucky
like wet
on that.
feet.
Sorry about
They
that,
sure
Kim.
Plants don't like wet feet.
they really do not. Yeah. I mean, who'd have thought that it'd be like that? But what I've noticed and what I've read about the peppers, because I've grown them for years. It was just the first time that something like this has happened. But is that you let them kind of dry out. Don't give them water every day. Let them dry out. Let them start the leaves start to droop just a bit, and that way they're saying, "Hey, I'm thirsty." And then you water them, and not too much, but then you water them. They're accustomed to dry, hot climates like where I live, and so yeah, to have that underground irrigation working on them all the time is not a good thing. Let them tell you they're thirsty, and then hit them up again.
Yeah, pepper plants can be a bit finicky too. I mean, it also depends on the strains I've noticed as well. Some are a little more pickier than others.
Okay.
Some are more cold tolerant, some are less cold tolerant.
Right.
But
Okay, gents, I'll be right back. It's 9:02 and my computer's doing its thing. It's going to shut down whether I want it to or not. I'll be right back. I think I have the link, and let me I'll make it back, or I'll let you know I can't get in. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
if you don't have a link, let me know. I'll put it
Yes,
in there for you.
I'll be back.
Yeah, Brandon told this deal with YouTube that has just caused an uproar. The
Yeah, this YouTube is going.
the thing to
Oh, I'm
make
sorry.
it,
I'm not meaning to step on you. What was that?
okay, the thing of having 1,000 subs, it's not a big deal. I mean, that's within reach.
Yeah.
But see, the 4,000 or no, the 4,000 hours, you got to have that every year.
Yeah.
Follow me? I mean, you got 4,000 hours, and if you was real close and a month goes by, you'll drop down below that 4,000 again. Now, I may be
Okay.
wrong, but the way I understand, you got to maintain that every year. Every month, they'll look back 12 months, and you'll have to have 4,000 hours.
Huh.
The last 12 months, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that usually helps when a person has like so many subscribers or people constantly checking out the videos, you know? I mean,
Like,
that just can get kind of.
the 1,000 subs, that won't go away unless YouTube knocks that off. And that has happened.
Yeah.
But the 4,000 hours of watch time, if you don't keep working at it, say you get sick or you quit for a while, a month goes by, unless you made a whole bunch 11 months ago, you're going to drop below the 4,000. I don't know if they'll keep kicking you off or how that'll work.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of hard to stay at that, like, not unless you get a lot of viewers constantly. And the thing is also about that, it's like there's always going to be those times where YouTubers will have that sporadic times where they're in and out, on and off YouTube, because not unless they're on YouTube a good portion of the day and night, you know?
Well,
I mean,
like a lot of us are retired. I'm retired, so
okay.
I can kind of work at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I can't stay on it all, a good portion of the day. I mean, given that I'm not around to be on YouTube during the daytime since I'm at work at the time, But I mean, I'm not saying I'm not dedicated my channel. It's just,
I know exactly
when I'm
what
busy.
you're saying. You
Yeah,
got a
it's just
lot
like,
other than this computer.
yeah, I mean, YouTube is part of my life. But I have other things as well,
I made it back.
But
Made it back, Sparky.
Yeah. Sorry about that. No, right. A guy can spend his whole darn life doing this thing, just trying to keep up with all the new comments and this and that. A guy can waste a lot of time doing this. Sometimes it's hard to draw that line as to, I need to go outside. I'm getting awful pale. Yeah.
Well,
I'm just teasing. Yeah. It could be as time consuming as you let it be.
yeah,
and see, here's the thing. Just like this live stream right now, everybody else is on here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one that's going to get credit for it.
yeah,
And see, here's the thing. just like this live stream right now, Sparky.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else is on here with me.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only one that's going to get credit for it.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. Just like this live stream right now, Sparky.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. My bad. I think I've.
I'm the only one that's going to get credit for it. Yeah. And see, here's the thing.
Hold
Just
on.
like this
My
live
bad. My
stream
bad.
right
My
now,
bad.
Sparky.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. My bad. I think I've.
Oh man.
I'm the only one that's going to get credit for it.
Oh.
Did I fix it?
Do something. I sound stupid enough. We don't need to keep hearing that over and over.
Oh man.
Now,
What the heck happened?
Quit.
I got it sorted, I think. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that was such a rookie move. I don't know what happened. I had like 4 of them open somehow. What the hell happened?
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, that was enough of that.
Oh,
That
that's
was-
funny.
Sorry, guys.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're so right. Yeah, you are the only one that gets credit. I'm not even bothered with it. When I got into the whole thing, I knew that it was there's money to be had, but I never bothered with it. If you're in here to try to make money, then you're doing the wrong thing to do it. If you love your job, then you'll never work a day in your life. That's what YouTube to me is about. It is just I'm getting in here to as like more like a diary type thing. I don't do like vlogs every day or whatever, but like my brewing things, when I make home brews or whatever, I put it online and so on. So it's more like a diary of a video diary of sorts. But there's no money in it. There's no money unless you're like the PewDiePie guy or whatever. If you come in here and gonna want to make money, then you're gonna have to have like a bunch of people that are gonna first of all give you something to talk about, write scripts, edit your videos, and put in all the neat stuff that makes videos so very cool. And so you're gonna spend money right away before you've even made $1. No, you just got to do it for the love of sharing what you do, no matter what, whatever it might be, whether you're growing peppers or making beer or finding coins with your metal detector or chasing ghosts or whatever you do. But you got to do it for the love of your hobby and not for the dollar, because you'll be really disappointed to know that even after a couple of years, you're not going to gain much money, and there's no money in it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm rambling now.
Yeah, but I guess for the most part, one of the points to be taken from YouTube is more about sharing, pretty much. But I mean,
I agree.
I know on YouTube there's some money, but from what I gathered from the time I've been on YouTube or had my channel, I've gathered that from other YouTubers that the money isn't grand.
No. If it was enough for me to buy, one of my home brews a month, and then that would supplement something, and the home brew a month would be, say, $20, and less than that sometimes, a little more than that other times, whatever. But like $20 a month would at least buy one of my batches of homebrew, because that's kind of what I do. To you, $20 would be a lot of pepper seeds. That would be, or some fertilizer, or some compost starter, or just something that would relate to what you're doing. So that's at least something. But there's no money in it. There really isn't. It's very disappointing. And see, I was at the point where they said, okay, we're gonna be partners with you. You're a verified partner, and so you're gonna make money with us, and that's all good. but now they're taking it away. You know, and it's like, oh, well, you're not our partner anymore. You're fired. Yeah, no, you're fired. And that was the kick of the shots right there. That's what pisses everybody off. Is yeah, I went through your 10,000 views things like you asked for before. And I jumped through that hoop, and I just now got 1,000 subscribers. So I just now made it to that super chat thing. I mean, just recently, within the last 2 weeks, even I just made it to that 1,000 subscribers. So I was like, whoo, you know, I can get super chat. And now that I made it there, then they say, well, no, to be monetized, first of all, we're going to take your money, and to be monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm thinking, okay, I got that. But then you have to have these 4,000 hours, which is in theory, okay. For example, if you have a 15-minute video, it would take 44 people to watch this 15-minute video every day of the year to be able to get 4,000 hours. Check my math. I think I'm pretty right on that. Check my math. But it would take 44 people to watch watch a video of yours the entire year, 24/7, 365.
Okay, Sparky, just 1 minute. The thing that I have, I'll put up a 5-minute video, okay, and I'll put unlisted. Then in the next morning, I'll click publish, and I'll look at the time. Less than a minute, someone will comment on my video.
Okay.
No way they watched the whole video.
Well, no, I agree. I agree. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree. Yeah, I have the same thing. Right. I mean, I just published that, baby.
And that's okay. That's okay.
But how much watch time did you get out of that? I mean, I don't know how their stuff works. Did you get 1 minute as yes, it was a view, or do they actually count how long literally that they watched that thing? Yeah, I mean, I put out 8-minute videos, and within a minute and a half.
It's hard to tell because you can't check that until like 3 days later.
Okay.
So just as soon as you put one up, and somebody comments, you can't check to see because it's going to say 0.
Right.
Until the next few days, because it only registers the last 28 days. So today is the 18th. I think that if you look at it, it's only going to register to like the 16th. You follow me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So it's hard to answer your question. How much view time you got for putting up 5 minutes?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems like even if you watched it the whole way through, that would take a lot of people to be able to do that. I don't know. It's confusing to me. Even in what I read, one said 1,000 subs and being the keyword 4,000 hours. The other one said 1,000 subs or so. Is it the and or? Which one are we doing here? Which one are we doing? If you read back through it, well, if you read back through it and you look at it line for line, they're back-to-back sentences, or pretty much. One says and the other one says or.
So
I'm thinking you take the worst case scenario and use the and because I don't think it's going to be the or. I mean, you read it closely, like I said, and one sentence where it deals with those numbers like that says and, the other one says or. So if it was the or, then that sounds pretty fair, because you might be a small channel, like a how-to channel that doesn't have a bunch of subscribers because they're only there just to see how to, or just the opposite. You've got a lot of subs, but your videos are short, maybe. So I don't get it. I mean, if you read it close, are you looking at it now? I see you're getting closer. If you're reading it now and you're looking at that, one line says and, the other one says or, and so it's confusing as always the way that they do us. But
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
I thought it was and.
Well, yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
one
you
line says
might-
and
yeah,
let
that could
me
be
see if I
come
can.
down to the fine print on that one. That could be and or you know, or combination of thereof, probably depending on the YouTuber as well. They want to portray it too, probably.
Yeah, I'm not right. I mean, we're talking about splitting hairs here, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Again, if I'd never been monetized before, then it would be different. But when they've already said, oh yeah, okay, we're partners because you jumped through our first set of hoops, and I did that, and I felt like, okay, at some point I'm going to make a little bit of money. I'm not going to get rich, obviously, but I'm going to make a little bit of money, and so I was cool with that. But then they throw this on everybody, and I thought that was really chicken shit. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Give me just a second. I'll keep digging for it. I'm not finding the page I'm looking for here where it says that, and I'll try to screen share if I can. Anyway, I don't know. Again, like I was saying earlier, there's no real money in it, but if there's any kind of money, then it kind of inspires you to head forward. But yeah, they chopped our hoo-haws off, and they really they really made it to where if you were new to the whole thing entirely, that you might not even want to start. You know, it's like why even try? You know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
hate to be pessimistic or whatever, but yeah, they've made it to where it's just not working. Why can't I find that? They just made it to where they made it seem so impossible. It's like, come on, guys, can't you give us a little love? And $44 over like 3 years. Well, even if you pay me just that, it's not so much. You're not going to go broke, you know. It's
Well,
not much.
when I was making a
with how big of a company YouTube is, you know, a few people, you know, getting $43 in their pockets a piece isn't going to be killing them. So
That's what I'm thinking. Right. That's what I'm thinking. This is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You know,
exactly.
it's definitely not going to put them out of business. I think
No.
what it boils down to is the advertisers didn't want to be seen on some of the channels that they were on. I'm not sure all the political crap, but you know, it just
Yeah, there's
sucks.
there could be a lot. There's a lot of underlying things going on that's not being explained. And you can probably contact YouTube all you want to your, you know, type away till your fingers go numb and probably not get much of a response on
They
it.
don't care.
You're so right. I think you're so right. Yeah.
But you know,
So,
when I'd put up a video,
yeah.
I don't know, from 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'd look at it and I would make like 30 cents to maybe 60 cents. I'd say, all right.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah. It's just a couple of coins.
I mean, that was fine.
Coins, you know, they're coins in the bucket.
So now I ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely disappointing that way. Yeah, they're just coins in the bucket. We're sure not going to retire off of this, but they were still coins. It's the same, you know.
And like Grizz always said, it's my piggy bank, you know.
Sure. Yeah. I so agree. All right, gosh, this is depressing.
Yeah.
So what did everybody get for Christmas? Did we all have a good Christmas? Let's go on with something else, maybe.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
didn't
you
have a
one
bad
thing
Christmas.
I got. One person gave me a $200 gift card for Walmart, and one person gave me a $50 gift card at Walmart.
Hey, man, that's good.
That's pretty good.
Hey, there you go.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So I can go to Walmart and buy my bananas.
You can go to Walmart and get some socks. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you say? $250, man. You can buy a refrigerator. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of money. It's all good. You can buy.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of change right there. Yeah.
You can buy a couple of tires for your old ride or something.
Yeah, or even get a new TV or something,
Right? I guess there's good deals on some TV. Sure.
Yeah.
I
I've
just
seen some decent TVs at Walmart for around $250. So, but yeah, $250 is $250. You can't beat that.
Better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Yeah.
That's my dad
Yeah,
always said.
I got something from my family for Christmas as well. They got me this little I don't know, this little planter thing. Is like I can grow some garden plants and little herbs on a tabletop and hydroponically. So
There you
I mean,
go.
that's, I mean, and in the winter I can basically more or less grow a few pepper plants or some here or there to kind of experiment with in the cold season. So.
So when do you? Okay, I live in Houston area. When do you think is a good time to start doing my pepper plants inside, that they can have a good head start for outside later?
Well, if just for you said Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah. I think we're in 7B or 8B or whatever it is.
Okay.
We're way warm down here.
Yeah, pepper plants do like the heat and all that, but once it gets above, up in the past the hundreds, then that's when they kind of
Yeah.
can suffer a little bit. But they usually like temperatures are right around. I don't know. It can fluctuate. It's if you have
Yeah.
steady temperatures that stay above the 60s, and in between the 60s and 100 or around the 100 range,
Oh
then that's fine.
it barely gets. Yeah, here in a couple of weeks, I think we're past all that anything below 60 thing. So yeah, and the
Yeah.
rest is room temperature or above. And some of the sweltering days, it might be 104 or 5 or something, but
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've had times where since I'm in Illinois, I've had times where temperatures have gotten over the hundreds, like in the 110
Mm-hmm.
range, and plants get a little rough, but as the evening come around, they'll perk back up if it's not like staying in excessively hot for too long.
Yeah.
But
That's definitely.
they could bounce pretty bad.
Yeah, that's definitely true with things like lettuce. Lettuce does not like all that heat. That's kind of a spring and fall type thing. If it's in the summer, then they need to be shaded, because they'll go from happy and looking good in the morning to the middle of the day they're wilty and dark, and then if you go out there like later in the evening that they perk back up, it's just they're not really into all that direct heat stuff, that direct sunlight. They're pretty fragile like that.
so Branto, you said you was in Illinois. How far north?
Uh, I'm about 60 miles away from Chicago, so roughly about a good hour drive.
Okay,
I mean, not it's like
I'm 8 hours south of Chicago.
oh okay, oh okay, oh yeah. I remember you saying that you're in Illinois. Um, yeah, right now, yeah, it's like I'm like a good hour drive roughly from Chicago. So I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, right where I'm at, I'm not in a big town, so that's a good thing. A lot of farm areas around me, a lot of fields.
Grizz, all I gotta do is wipe
But
that shotgun down. I'll be ready.
All right.
Can you read the
but
chat?
no, not right now.
Okay, Grizz has got a thing that when he gets 1,000 subs,
Oh,
he's going to give Country Girl away. And me and Picker Rick are going to be shotgun ushers.
right.
So what he's saying was, you got your shotgun cleaned up. He's getting closer to 1,000.
Yeah, that was CG. She was trying to get him to 1,000, like because of all this stuff that's going on, trying to get him closer to 1,000, and so yeah, in Texas we like to
Oh, okay.
start.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, every YouTuber, doesn't mind a few extra subs, you know?
Oh, exactly. I mean, yeah,
Right.
if you're looking for subs and see, yeah, although I have I'm not trying to brag on myself. Although I have 1,000 subs, a lot of them are like gamers, and a lot of those probably are not going to ever watch my stuff. The place to find things like that would be a guy called Green Bay Wacky, or Cab 7. He does some of those sub for sub things, and so you go in there and just chat it up a little bit, and you'll get subs. But I would rather have 100 subs that watch me every video I put out, rather than 1,000 that don't.
Yeah, like a lot of those dead subscribers that just aren't active at all, that don't do anything. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. If you're getting 15% of your subs to watch your videos, then that's actually a pretty good number. That's kind of what you're kind of shooting for.
Yeah,
If you can get
that's what I've
15%.
noticed. I mean, at least from what I've noticed about my channel, I mean, a good percentage of the people that are subbed to me are actually, actively viewing and,
Yeah,
at least comment, or, because I don't know, I don't know, at least from what I've noticed anyway. I mean,
yeah,
so far,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you can get 15% of your clientele or your subs to watch what you're doing, then you're doing okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
So,
I mean, I know. Just like with most any YouTuber, there's going to be some of them that's just not very active, or just a dead channel that subscribe to them. But I mean, that's a part of being a YouTuber.
mm-hmm.
But and I mean, a lot of people that watch my videos tend to be in a lot of the pepper communities or gardening and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, mine's kind of open-ended channel. I do a lot of different things. Mainly like brewing beer, like homebrewed beer anyway. And then I do have a little segment that is Tipsy Sprouts, and that's kind of the gardening thing, So I try not to get them too mixed up between the both of them, but they're both on the same channel as all. So yeah, I'm trying to maybe get a bigger audience base like that. But then again, the people who are watching I got like the little old ladies that watch my channel, and they have no interest in my brewing stuff. And sometimes they'll comment on the brewing stuff, and they'll say literally, "I have no idea what you're doing, but it was sure fun to watch." I mean, something right along those same lines. Right along those same lines. Babbitt in the Garden, or Brenda's what is it, Brenda's something and they stop by and visit all the time, here to show you support, although they have no interest in home brewing or drinking beer.
Yeah,
that's all nice. Good. It's all in fun. It's all in fun. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plus side about YouTube. I mean, you got to have some fun with it,
Oh yeah, you're darn straight. That's what it's about.
Yeah. I mean, even I don't know. I just like to even do reviews of other things besides just peppers, but
it's Lee. Oh, I'm sorry. I seen in the chat. My future wife is in the chat. Mine first, Kim. Mine first. No, it's Lee Shahan. She's awesome. She's got a great. She's got a great accent. You just have to hear her.
Oh,
she honestly is. She's great.
Wasn't she on Rick channel?
Hey.
I know, right? She said your name before she did mine. And Chris. Kim, I thought we were lovers. I mean, Kim, I'm sorry, my bad. Lee, I thought we were lovers. I said, Kim, my bad, Tim. He cringed when I said that.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Sorry, baby.
Oh, what conversation I walk into here?
Right. Easy.
Yes. Lee is very easy on your eyes.
Yeah. She surely is. She's a good person. Sorry, we didn't mean to shut you down. There was a pretty girl walk by. I said, Kim, my bad. Where were we?
Yeah. What was that?
Squirrel. Oh,
man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So Miss Lee wants to get on the panel.
I'm just looking for this weather to change for the better, you know. I just hope it's not going to be a late spring or anything like that, so I can get everything going good.
Down here, if you don't like the weather, wait 30 minutes.
I know that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For example, it's 36 right now. At this time last night, it was 18. This time 2 days from now, I think we're supposed to be like in the. What the heck is this doing? I think 2 days from now it's supposed to be like 70 something degrees. Let's see, it was Sunday is when they said I think it was supposed to be closer to 65 on Saturday and 69 on Sunday. A little chance of rain in between here and there, but yikes. Who did thunk it?
Sunday here it's supposed to be 50.
Yeah, we were actually having colder temperatures here than they were in the last few days. More so than what they did in like the north in the U.S. and even parts of Canada. You know, it's like, well, how are y'all freezing down there and we're not? You know, it's like 18 here, and it was like 40 there or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I'm thinking President. I'm thinking our president got rid of global warming for us. Trump's done a fine job. He got rid of global warming.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not start about that.
Yeah. All right. I didn't mean to bring politics into that.
No problem. But
yeah. Go ahead, Kim.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, right. Yeah, I was that's just only in fun. I'm not a hater. I was just in fun. Global warming has been taken care of. It's snowing in Texas. There's still sleet on the ground out there from 3 days ago because it's just now got to. Yeah, it's just now got to 30.
That whole global warming thing, oh boy, that's something else.
Well, Grizz, I do have good internet. I don't know how that would work. Me and Rick, we have talked about going live at the same time, but it's not that big of a deal. If I lose my monetization, it's a deal where if you've never had it, you'd be okay. To where I've had it since November.
Mm-hmm.
So I went November, December, and part of January, and now
Yes, sir. I agree with you, Kim. Yeah, I've had it for a bit longer than you have, but either way, yeah. If you didn't have it, then it probably wouldn't bother you. But just to have had it and then they pull it from you, it's like when they changed the drinking age from 21 to 18 and then back to 21 or however it worked out. But hey, I just now made it. I just now made it. I made it to 18, and now they changed it to 21. It's like,
that whole drinking age thing could always be debated on another thing. I mean, because you got people in the military at age 18, and you can't allow them to drink until they're 21.
Yeah, no, I agree. Right. You're old enough to fight, die for your country, but you can't buy your own Playboy and drink a beer. That's pretty messed up, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's contradictory.
You're old enough to die for your country, but you can't look at a nudie magazine and have a cold beer. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't do that on your channel there,
I don't
Well,
care. I
yeah.
want to get the watch time.
You
I
know,
want to get the watch time on this. That's the whole point.
just stay here. No, that's all good. I'm not even bothered with it.
Yeah.
If I was going to try to do it, what I need to get for I got the subs, but I would have to get another 1,500 hours of watch time, which I don't even want to think of the math. You know, it just simply cannot be done in 28 days or 30 days or whatever it is. There's just not enough hours in the day for me to. They only allow you three 8-hour in a row, or how's it go? Maybe you can go 4. It doesn't mean that.
I have 4,000 hours. That's 240,000 minutes.
Yes, sir. Or 5.5 months.
I've got, let's see, I've got 46,000 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're not even close.
Oh,
you're like not even a quarter of what they need.
Right.
Yeah. You're not even a quarter of what they need. I'm not even going to try to meet. I'm not going to try to jump through their hoops. Their hoops are just too small. And even when we do that, they still have to go back, and I said in the literature, they're still going to go back and review your channel to make sure that you're up to their expectations, their guidelines and crap. So even though you jump through all their hoops, they can still tell you no. Then again, even if you made it through all the hoops and they give you the okay, what happens next year? You know,
well, see, the way I understood it, you got to maintain that 4,000.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that could mean a lot of things. I mean, because with the way they're doing the rules and guidelines, they're not being very explanatory to the YouTubers themselves, so it can be interpreted a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, that's that and or thing that I was just talking about. I couldn't find it to dig it up to screenshot it with you. I don't know what happened, but yeah, and then maybe that gets you in, and then they don't bother with you anymore. Okay, now you're a partner again, and you're cool. But then again, or is it every freaking year like the same thing? And then also, are they going to change it next year? I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It's very shady. They keep us like mushrooms. They feed us shit and keep us in the dark.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
we're all mushrooms here.
Yeah, even if you, like I briefly mentioned just jokingly, you can probably, try to type your fingers away till your fingers almost fall off, try to email them, call them, and this, that, and other thing, and you probably won't get a response, for another 40 years from now. It's just like
right. Yeah, no doubt. I so agree.
It's going to be one of those things. It's just like they're just like those big corporations. People try to get in contact with them, but can't get a hold of them for anything. So. But not unless you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody or something like that. So,
well, when they first started yellow flagging the videos, I had 2 videos that they yellow flagged. For what reason, I have no idea. And I click request review. Don't do that, because they're still yellow flag.
Well, what I said,
just leave them alone, and then in a day or 2 they'll go away by themselves.
Oh, that's true. Okay. No, I was putting request review, and it said, well, unless you've gotten 1,000 views on this thing, that we're not even going to look at it. And so I still hit the button anyway, and a couple days later, or a day later, sometimes it would come back, and then I would be monetized. But the thing with that, and I've heard from a bunch of people, because I've been researching this stuff ever since they come out with it 2 nights ago, and gave me that letter thing. I've been watching a bunch of videos. There's people that do nothing but like homesteading channels, and they're like the most Christian, and they don't cuss, they don't nothing like that. And still their stuff for the last 3 months or so have been demonetized for the first 48 hours. for the first 48 hours. Well, where does the views come from? It's the first 48 hours. It's like, oh, Kim Pfeiffer just put out a video. Let's go look at it. But 3 days from now, if they haven't seen that video and it's still in their things to watch or whatever, they might just go on by it and not look at it. Most of your watches, your views are going to come within the first 48 hours, and they know that. That's why they demonetize some bitch for the first 48 hours, so that you don't get the money. But well, hey, the advertisements are still playing on it, so well, they're getting the money.
Well,
what's up with that?
Grizz taught me this.
Yeah.
Anytime you put up a video, put it up unlisted
Mm-hmm.
and leave it a day.
Okay.
And then go back and make it public.
Yes, sir. Okay.
But before you make it public, look at your video, and when you first turn it on, you'll have an ad. Don't click on it. Well, they get
no, you
about that.
You went through that too, didn't you? I remember that.
14 days on that deal. But anyhow, if you click on it and you got ads, pause it, go back to edit and make it public.
Okay. All right.
And then they've already, and while you've got it unlisted, you may get it yellow flagged. It depends on what you put in the tag place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I was hearing is also depending on what the description was as well. And then if you go in there and possibly alter it in some kind of way, shape, or form, then that might change it.
Right.
But that's only what I've heard. I don't know exactly just yet. So, I mean, we're all still trying to figure things out.
Sure, all right.
So yeah, they're still in the midst of doing a lot of questionable things, so to speak.
Well, I'm downloading all my videos onto a hard drive just in case YouTube falls smooth on its face, that I can find another platform to go to. So I sure hate to lose all the work and everything, because I don't have it personally, but it's in that cloud of YouTube that all my videos are there. I've got 280 videos, and I'd sure hate to lose my work. Not that everyone is so awesome, but there's a bunch in there that I'd sure hate to lose. And like I said, in case things fall through it, and I'd like to be able to take them to a different platform. Again,
yeah, I hear you, man. Or just have them,
I ain't getting rich out of this. This is just a diary of my brewing and goofing off things, Maybe my grandchildren would go, "Oh yeah, there's Grandpa. Look at what he used to do." It just that's what it's really about. It is in a nothing goes wrong type world, as this will be forever engraved into the internet somewhere as to the crap I've done, and so hopefully the people will be able to look back on it and enjoy my escapades.
Yeah, that's the thing. One way I've kind of thought about it too, almost. It's like, what if, like, family in the future, people that want to take a look back at it and like a little reference thing, and
sure,
say, hey, kind of like what you're saying. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's little Grandpa drunken one,
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Okay, Grizz put a comment in, and this could happen. If it's yellow and it goes to green, it can still come back to yellow.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I suggest not ever request a review. Just leave it alone. If it's going to change back to green, it will on its own.
That's insane.
That's the only thing different than what Grizz is saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've had some where I knew they were gonna flag it because I had like music in the background or whatever. So that was kind of a gimme, you know. Well, I did one video and I said, "Oh, I actually forgot when I started the camera that I had music playing." I was like, "Okay, well, let them take my 38 cents," and I kept on going with the video. I don't know. The bots aren't so smart though, because I tell you what, it depends on how much of that song that you put in there. I take like pieces of songs. Every song or every video I've got has music in the back. Most
Well,
every.
that could also play into effect of how much of a song is played. You know.
I think they allow you like 30 seconds, but what I'll do is I'll find like a clever song, and I'll like I have a pretty nice editor thing, and I'll put it on that editor, and I'll chop out just a little bit of that song to where there's no lyrics or whatever in there, and so I use a little bit and have it looped, and then just cut and paste that time and time and time again. So I have like 4 minutes of a 4 second slice,
Okay.
I just put it back to back to back to back, and
Like
so
a
it's
little
music.
guitar riff or something like that.
Does
Yeah,
it work?
yeah. So far it has. Yeah, so far it has. Yeah, you just take a little bit, of that song, and it doesn't activate the bots. The bots are the ones that are looking at what we're putting out and researching that. And a lot of times there's third party people that are seeing the things also. And it's like, well, no, we have the rights to that song. I got a couple of copyright things, and I was like, okay, whatever. And what that means is for any money that video does make, is they get a portion of the proceeds if it's got a copyright infringement on it. And then you can't have too many of them, or they'll shake their YouTube finger at you, and then you get in trouble. But all of my standings are all in the green now, and I don't have any troubles now. But yeah, some people they don't care about the whole copyright thing, or they thrash metal homebrew, for example, plays rock and roll all the way through his thing, and a lot of it's fairly loud to where you can definitely hear it. But he doesn't monetize, so he doesn't give a shit. And I don't know if he gets copyright strikes or not. But I guess if you don't monetize, it doesn't make a difference. And he
some
does it.
companies, if they see there's something of theirs in the like background or somewhere on their video, somebody's YouTube video, sometimes they'll even consider it as free promotion in a way.
They should.
That all really depends on how far they want to take it as well.
Yeah. Well, their song sure the shit isn't going to make me rich. People aren't coming to my channel to hear that song. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, just really as far as how they want to take it, pretty much. I mean, if it's worth their time doing such, and how much it means to them.
Yeah, even if they're getting pennies each time, they'll do it. They'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like Mr. Kim was talking about the piggy bank effect or whatever. If they think they can get a dime out of you, they're going to get it, and they're going to get another dime from somebody else. It's just.
Well, okay. So if you make 30 cents on a video, they make money before they give you that 30 cents.
Sure. Oh yeah, darn straight.
I don't know what the percentage they make.
Right, and that goes the same with the super chats and just anything else that moves through their fingers.
So see, I just don't understand them. Okay, I'm a very small channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I would think that anything that they made off of me, they would want it.
Oh, they do.
Well, they're not going to get anything after February 20th.
Yeah. Okay, yes, sir. I see where you're going with that. I so agree. Right. You would think, right? They're getting my $44 for my 2 years of work.
And I think that they should have a piece of the pie.
I agree. Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I had never been monetized, then I understand. You know,
Mhm.
I think, which what I think don't mean nothing. But
That's
what
all.
I'm trying to say is, I would say that somebody like me or you or whoever, we're already grandfathered in. You know,
Right.
the people that's never been monetized, put that reel up for them. You know,
I so agree. I so agree. Yeah, well, you mentioned a while ago, if you didn't have it, then you don't really realize what you've lost. We've already been granted the privilege, air quotes, to be able to earn their YouTube money. Although it's squat, it felt like it was something. But I clicked the buttons that said I am now a YouTube partner. And so I thought this was all good. I got my AdSense paperwork thing in, a little thing, and I had to type in the code to the, and all right, I'm part of YouTube now. And now all of a sudden, oh, you're not a
that's what
partner
I'm
anymore.
saying.
And that's what I said. That was a kick to the junk for them to do like that. I agree with you being saying that we need to be like grandfathered into this. I so agree. And we jumped through their hoops so far, and I can't see why they're not giving us some love.
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving us chicken feed already, so you know it's not going to drive you broke to go on and give us something to shoot for. You know, dangle that penny in front of our face. You know, dangle that dollar in front of our face, and we'll chase it. But anymore, they get rid of the dollar to chase. You know, and it's like, come on, man. It's very degrading. Again, not that there's any money in it, but in the same token, it's degrading. You know, it's degrading.
But like I'm saying, when I put up a video between 3 minutes and 10 minutes, and then I look at it 2 or 3 days later, hey, I made 30 cents. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you take, if you do put a video up every day, 30 cents a day. Now that's not much, but that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
For
right. Yeah, every little bit counts.
Well, I mean, you're just sitting here on the computer anyhow.
Right.
And I know that there's people that does a lot of fancy stuff to their videos. Okay. And Drunken One, you do a very good job.
Oh, shut your mouth. You're a bad judge of character.
Well, you do,
thank you,
do
Mr.
a lot of fancy stuff. Okay,
you.
but I just put it up. The only thing I'll edit out is like I'll set the camera up, turn it on, and go sit down in the chair and start talking.
There's nothing wrong with
it. From the point that I turned it on to where I got set down and started talking, I'll knock that out. You know.
Okay. All right.
But
yeah,
you know, it's not the way I do it. It's not that tough.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, well, editing is the biggest part. Although the video might take 10, 15 minutes to do or whatever, by the time you get your intro in there and separate it out and maybe get rid of you wiping your boogers or whatever you might be doing in that video, and you kind of cut it up just a little bit, you got to add another, 30, 45 minutes maybe, whatever. It depends on the video, but and so it's more than just that 15-minute video because you're having to go back through and fix it up. You're trying to get it to go, trying to make it look decent. I don't do a lot of edit. I don't. I do a little intro, I got a little outro, and I put some music behind it generally. But my next video that's coming out is going to be a spoiler alert. It has nothing to do with home brewing or gardening. It's my dad got some concrete poured at his house for his driveway, for his parking area. And so I must have taken 15 segments of video to that. I'm going to have to go through and kind of seam that together to where it makes some kind of sense and not all long and boring and drawn out. So it's going to take me, a minute to get that all sorted. So I'm going to have, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes of editing that crap to make it decent. But I don't know if they don't see that or they don't care, whatever. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I'm rambling at this point, actually.
Yeah. Usually when a person does it, you can do like a 10-minute video there could be like an extra half hour, hour or something of sitting around editing,
Sure.
coming up with descriptions to add on to the video or whatever it may
Right.
be.
Right?
So,
And tags and descriptions and all that other stuff. Kim,
yeah.
I'm getting a beer. You want a beer?
No, go ahead.
Oh, damn it. Who's making a drop
I
on me?
would like to try your stuff, but I don't like dark beer.
Hmm.
I'm a Busch Light guy.
I'll pour one. I'll give you a look at it. No, I don't have any dark beer right now. I've got one called was an American IPA. It's kind of like I can't say fruity. It's I don't know. Have you ever had like an IPA type beer? It's juicy. It's like pineapple and oranges and stuff like that comes out in it.
I have, yes.
Okay. I'll have to send you one. I think I've sent you jerky before. I've got your address. Right? I've sent you jerky, right?
No, but that's okay. No, don't.
Don't
You
say that,
don't.
Mr. Cam.
You don't have to send me beer. I know what it tastes like. I don't like
But
it.
I haven't had any of my jerky, and you haven't had any of my jerky. Everybody on the planet's had my jerky.
Okay, I won't turn your jerky down, but don't send beer because I won't like it.
Oh, well, thank you. Except for you and Brando, y'all are the only person in the world who hasn't had my jerky. Where's my notebook? Oh, I know where my notebook's at. All right. I'll keep you in mind. I'm going to write a note over here. I know where my notebook's at. It's out there in the other room. You know what beer tastes like, bud?
No, I tell you what, I'll buy a 30 pack of Busch Light because that's the best way to buy it.
Yes,
I
sir.
got a little fridge
Hey,
down.
hey, now be careful. Don't try to act like you're promoting to some company. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right?
Just joking.
But anyhow,
That's what I'm thinking.
that'll last me for 3-4 months.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Two beers every fourth day or something, and
Well, last night I cooked with one.
right there you go.
I
Yeah.
got that pressure cooker, put 1 can of beer in the bottom. I put that pork loin on that rack. Put my
Oh,
2
you got
potatoes.
the Instapots.
Yeah,
Man, I got one too. That is the ultimate cooking vessel right there. That sucker is badass.
I put that some kind of seasoning salt on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just put me 2 baked potatoes because the potatoes was real small,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my supper last night.
Darn straight, man. You can just fill that thing full of raw potatoes. I'm talking about just like scrub the dirt off of them, pop them in there. You can cook them for 10 minutes, and then let them sit in there until the pop-off valve, until it releases pressure by itself, which is generally about another 20 minutes. So a half hour, and every potato in there will be perfect, al dente,
It'll be
perfect.
moist.
Yes, sir.
Will not be dry.
Right. You can put a bag of beans in there. I'm talking about you don't have to soak them overnight. None of that crap like that. Straight up dry beans in there. And I want to say it was an hour that it took. I'd have to quiz my wife about that. I know the potato thing is factual. Yeah, 10 minutes of cooking. Let it cool down and depressurize by itself. So a total of about 30 minutes, and a full pot of those potatoes will all be cooked.
Well, I put this pork loin and 2 potatoes, and I set it for 45 minutes. That's after the temperature gets up.
Yep.
Okay. So I allowed an hour, and they were good. And I still got part of that pork loin left.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Other to warm up so I can pull out the grill. Yeah, the weather.
Oh, yeah.
This weather is kind of getting in the middle, in between me and my grill right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree. I know how that is.
But yeah, those pressure cookers can cook some stuff pretty good though.
Yeah, you know which one we're talking about, right? That Instapot. It's like a digital kind of it's an electronic pressure cooker. It's like a crock pot on steroids. It's not like old school crock pot or a pressure cooker where you got all the little tabs, you bring it up there and tighten down and so on. This electronic thing, you put your stuff in there, you tell it soup, you tell it stew, you tell it, saute, you tell it what you want, and it does it. It's pretty darn neat. The Instapots are awesome. Maybe research it on the internet, and you'll want to get one.
Now the one that I've got is like Pawpaw's got. It's Fabaware.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I bet
It
it's
does
the
the same thing. It does
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this one they made it really safe in the sense that you can't open it until it's depressurized. You know, they put a lot of safety features on it, so they made it to where you can't blow yourself out of the kitchen with it. You know? It just will not open until it's safe. You know, it just will not open until it's safe. I don't know how they did that, but
Well, even the old ones was like that.
Yeah.
You couldn't open them up.
oh, the ones with all the little tab things that go up there.
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, I don't know about that, but
that could probably depend on the. I know there's
little
various
one
kinds. That could probably
put
depend.
on there, you twist it. You know, when you put the lid on there, you twisted it.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Oh,
A little thing there to keep you from twisting it out.
Right. Yeah, I mean the old school pressure cookers, they was just a lid, and it had like little tangs on there, and then there'd be like a bolt that would come in there, and nuts that held it down, and there'd be like 8 of them around there. Yeah.
Now, Mom had one like that she canned in.
Yeah.
I thought it still had a safety feature.
Oh, it had a pop
Just
off
open
valve.
it up.
It had a pop off valve, but there was nothing to keep you from actually, undoing all those little bolts.
Okay.
Yeah. As best I remember. Yeah, there was no real safety to it. It did have the pop off valve for sure, to where it just literally wouldn't explode. You know, but yeah. Beer can chicken is great. I so agree. Those are awesome. Yeah, we've got these little. I'm seeing this in the chat. We got these little racks, and they hold a can of beer, or you can use soda or whatever. You could empty out the soda, put water and bouillon cubes in there if you wanted to. But then you take a little fryer chicken and stick on top of there, so they stay upright. I'd cross the legs, and then do the arms like tuck behind the what would be the neck, Oh yeah, I love those things. Yeah, I do those on the grill a lot, on the smoker a lot, and they'll be just almost black on the outside, but the inside is super juicy. It's something about that liquid, the can of solution, whether it's beer or bouillon or whatever. But that can getting really hot on the inside helps them cook and gives it that moisture. We call them beer butt chicken around here. Beer butt chicken. Yeah, I got like 3 of those racks, and those are really fun.
I think what I did is the same result. You just don't have the can.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
this new electric pressure cooker, it don't take much moisture. So just 12 ounces is plenty.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just if you're using that rack, just enough just to get some liquid underneath that rack, and you just go from there. Yeah, and things that are frozen, you can throw a pot roast in there, frozen. I mean, rock hard frozen, and you're talking about a half hour, 45 minutes, like you're saying, and that baby's done. It's not only thawed out, but it's cooked and fallen apart. Yeah, she did some country style ribs in there last night, boneless ribs, and that and some barbecue sauce, and I think it was like a half hour or whatever, and just falling apart. You just show that meat the fork, and it just breaks. You know, no, it was really good, really good.
Guys, it's been fun. I got 5 minutes after 10,
Okay,
and my little clock says, "Go lay your head down."
is that what it says?
So,
How many people are in the chat? I can't see the screen anymore. How many people are in the chat?
6.
Okay, I can't. I lost that screen somewhere along the line. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Kim, for having me. Mr. Brando.
Thanks for allowing me to be here. So.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate everybody in the chat.
Thank you, chat room. Yeah, exactly.
Sparky and Brando, I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
I don't know if I'll ever hit that threshold, but I think this will be about the best way to try to jump through that hoop.
I know, right? All right. Yes, sir. Yeah. I wouldn't sweat it much. There's no money in it anyway.
No, there's no money in it, but
do your channel, be you, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
The tube giveth and the tube taketh away.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Bye,
Yeah,
lady. Chicken, Kim, and